when Arnold Schwarzenegger dreamed of eating meat and lived on his girlfriend's money. Schwarzenegger went from rags to riches. His teens and 20s were all about bodybuilding. At 20 years old, he became the youngest Mr. Universe. But Schwarzenegger was jealous of American bodybuilders. They had a natural tan, which looked good on stage. It made their muscles look more defined and distinct. Schwarzenegger didn't have a natural tan. It made him lose competitions sometimes. He would train outside to sunbathe. His hard work paid off. He won 7 Mr. Olympia titles. He became a Hollywood actor and ventured into politics. Now Schwarzenegger is worth $450 million. But his childhood was completely different. He came to the US from an Austrian village. His family was so poor, they couldn't afford meat. Schwarzenegger is now in his 70s. Time had taken a toll on his body. For some time, he couldn't look in the mirror. He felt ashamed that he couldn't maintain his physique.
Maybe I feel like that more than anyone else because I was Mr. Universe, Mr. Olympia, and at any given time could bench press 500 pounds or do squats with 500 pounds and lift 700. And then all of a sudden you see your body no longer in shape, even though you may be in better shape than anyone else.
Despite his age, Schwarzenegger is addicted to the gym. He had to adapt to a new routine to avoid injury. He's moved away from free weights to the workout machines. Schwarzenegger worked hard to earn a living. His pride didn't let him borrow money from anyone, but he once had to borrow from his future wife, Maria Shriver. They met in 1977 when Schwarzenegger came to New York. Shriver invited him over to the Kennedys. Schwarzenegger left all his belongings in his hotel room. The next day, Maria took him to the airport. At the ticket counter, he remembered he had no money. Maria had to write a check for his flight. Schwarzenegger felt unsettled after borrowing the money. As soon as he reached Los Angeles, he paid Shriver back. Schwarzenegger's life hasn't been much easier. He had 3 open heart surgeries. The third happened before the filming of Terminator Dark Fate. It was supposed to be non-invasive, but doctors accidentally poked through the heart wall. They had to open Schwarzenegger up to save his life. He had to put a lot of work into his recovery. He had to get going with the training for the movie. The filming began just 3 months later. Recently, Schwarzenegger went to Austria, but he was held by customs officials at Munich airport. He stayed with German authorities for around 3 hours. They found an Audemars Piguet wristwatch in his luggage. It's worth nearly $30,000. Criminal tax proceedings were initiated. The watch should have been registered as an import. Schwarzenegger planned to auction it. His nonprofit had a fundraising event scheduled. Schwarzenegger was charged $38,000. He hadn't been asked to fill out a declaration form. He tried to pay the dues at the airport with a credit card, but the machine was not working. The officials had to accompany him to a bank terminal. They let Schwarzenegger go, but the watch stayed at customs.